Several carriages traveled along the road toward the battle area, protected by Roman soldiers. Inside the first carriage were the royal family, the emperor's son and daughter, 28-year-old Commodus and his beautiful older sister, Lucilla, were dressed in rich, warm clothes. They had left Rome 2 weeks before. "Do you think he's really dying?" Commodus asked Lucilla. "He's been dying for 10 years," she replied. "I think he's really sick this time, and he's sent for us." He pointed to the following carriages. "He sent for the senators too. If he isn't dying, why does he want to see them?" "Commodus, you are giving me a headache. 2 weeks on the road with you is more than enough," said Lucilla impatiently. Commodus moved closer to her. "No, he's made his decision," he said. "He will name me as emperor, and I know what I shall do. What I shall do first. I shall organize some games. I shall have a hot bath," said Lucilla. Time limit 1 minute and 10 seconds. The carriage stopped. Commodus stepped down and spoke to one of the guards. "We're almost there, sir." "Good," said Commodus. "Bring me my horse." Under his warm traveling coat, Commodus was wearing Roman armor. He looked handsome and brave, the perfect picture of a new young emperor. The guard brought Commodus his horse. "Take me to my father, and take my sister to the camp." Commodus reached out a hand to Lucilla. "Kiss," he said, smiling like a little boy. Lucilla brushed his fingers with her lips, then watched him ride away. Marcus Aurelius, emperor of Rome, sat on his horse and stared at the army below. His hair and the beard were white, but only his eyes really showed his age and state of health. Marcus knew he was dying, and soon he must name the next emperor, but first his battle must be won. Time limit 1 minute 10 seconds here. From another hill, Maximus also looked down onto the Roman army. His men were ready to fight. The German soldiers started to move out from the trees. There were thousands of them, dressed in animal skins, shouting at their Roman enemies. Maximus bent down from his horse and took some earth in his hands, as he did before every battle. Then he let it fall through his fingers. It was a sign his men had seen many times before, and they knew what it meant. Maximus gave the command, and a flaming arrow shot into the sky. Hundreds more followed. Thousands of German soldiers rushed forward and met the first line of Romans. The air was filled with the sound of screaming as more arrows landed, and men from both armies died terrible deaths. Time limit 1 minute and 5 seconds. Maximus led soldiers on horseback into the battle at the same time as 5,000 Roman foot soldiers moved forward from another side. Each man marched behind a large shield. Each carried a sword. The Germans were caught between two walls of death. Above them the sky was full of flaming arrows. They were fighting for their lives. Suddenly Maximus was trapped between two Germans. He swung his sword around in a circle, striking both men dead. Then he rode forward again, and his sword cut through the enemy soldiers in his path. Maximus's horse suddenly fell forward, a German sword in its neck. The general flew over his horse's head, and it crashed to the ground. There was danger all around him, but he continued fighting. He found the Roman flag still in the hand of a dead soldier, and held it high. His men fought their way toward it and defended their position bravely. Time limit 1 minute and 15 seconds. Good luck.